boxing. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks with white trim, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Los Angeles, California, in the United States. He weighed in at 12 stone, 3 pounds, 171 U.S. pounds. His record includes 22 wins, 4 losses, 4 draws, with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. And here is the WBC Continental America's Super Middleweight Champion. Please welcome the challenger, Carl 911 Jones. And his opponent across the ring on my right is the defending champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with white trim, fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, by way of Kingston, Jamaica. His weight, 12 stone, 6 pounds, 174 U.S. pounds. His record, 47 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 35 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the 3-time world champion, tonight making the first defense of his most current title. Here is the WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Mike, the Body Snatcher McCallum. Once again, here's your referee in charge now to give instructions, Larry O'Connell.
Mike. Had your instructions in the dressing rooms. I expect it to be a good, clean fight. I made the best man win. Good luck to both of you.
Well, the crowd is really up for this fight, and they are clearly behind the champion, Mike McCallum. There's McCallum, very steady, quality fighter. Hedgeman Lewis, the former welterweight contender, will be marking out signals as his head trainer. And we are set to go. Round 1, scheduled for 12 for the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship. Larry O'Connell of London, England, is the 3rd man of the ring. McCallum in the all-red trunks, Jones in the black trunks with the white trim.
McCallum wasting no time with that strong jab. He came out, put one to the stomach and one to the head, landed both of them, and then followed with a hook. He's not wasting time.
You won't get flash from McCallum. Great experience, excellent ring technician. His trademark, the resounding body shots, thus the nickname the Body Snatcher, given to him while sparring with Tommy Hearns.
Look at the ease with which he lands jabs to the stomach. That's a dangerous punch. I mean, guys get knocked out from throwing that, and he throws it like it's nothing. I mean, and it lands with force.
He can take the steam out of his opponent, inflicting severe punishment. He is a crisp puncher. There's that jab he told us about. He's going to use it a lot.
Carl Jones looks a little stiff, a little intimidated. Oh, nice hard hook by McCallum. A little stiff, no motion. His legs look dead. Oh, nice right hand by Carl Jones.
Carl Jones, who describes himself as a boxer puncher, as most fighters do, but added to us, lately I've been dragging my right foot and doing more straight brawling. He calls his left hook his best weapon, but he's been working on the right hand as well. Well, Carl Jones gets off the best punch so far.
Yeah, that was a strong, strong punch. But again, McCallum was leaning away from it when he threw it. So, you know, this guy is so clever. You can't discount the defensive brilliance of Mike McCallum.
He is so good with his jab to the midsection. He does it almost casually, but effectively. He's a very calm yet busy fighter and has no mercy. That is the book on McCallum.
Carl is punching very hard, trying to hope to get lucky in this first round.
As mentioned before, when he sparred with McCallum 2.5 years ago, he told us he didn't learn anything from that experience because he said he was there in body only, not in mind.
Well, he's had all kind of problems. He's straightened himself out this far to get here and challenge for the titles. You have to admire Carl Jones. He's workmanlike. He's got rid of a few bad habits, and here he is, so you got to admire him.
Yes, he has turned his life around after being destitute, unemployed. He's trying to get his son back, as Bruce Beck chronicled back in New York. Less than 30 seconds remaining in the round.
Just keep your eye on that jab. This is the way a jab should work. For all you guys that want to learn boxing, try to copy Mike McCallum. There's a jab to the stomach. There's a jab up above. There's a right hand under the heart. I mean, the guy just relentless.
So time winding down on the opening round here at the London Arena. Mike McCallum in his first defense of the title.
And no problem there. Mike McCallum wins it handily, although one of the best punches of that round was by Carl Jones.
And Bertie, as we say every time we cross the big pond here into England, they aren't allowed to mic the corners, so we'll have to read lips.
I think the lips we'll read is on McCallum's corner, where Hedgeman Lewis, who is, by the way, this is his birthday. This is the birthday of Hedgeman Lewis, and all you guys at home try to guess his age, you'll miss it by 10 years. It's a young-looking guy.
The question is, who's older, Hedgeman Lewis or Mike McCallum?
That's what I told him. I said, you keep on going, these guys are going to pass you.
That's why McCallum used Eddie Futch for all those years. You couldn't tell who was older.
You couldn't get there.
Here's Carl Jones.
They can't say much to this guy, except you're doing all right. Just try to keep landing that one punch.
10 seconds.
Mario Macias is the trainer. He also uses Roger Mayweather and Cornelius Boza Edwards.
Right there is a really fine fighter. Cornelius Boza Edwards gave it all he had and every time. Mayweather's very, very good fighter also, but Boza Edwards, there wasn't a fight you went to, one of his fights, that didn't turn out to be a brawl. He was great.
Jones unrated in this division. His first world title shot. He's in the black trunks, round 2. He won the WBC Continental America's crown in May of '94. After 10 close rounds against southpaw Kevin Fullerton, Jones suffered a flash knockdown of the 11th, needed at least a knockdown of the 12th to win, and he got it.
He's going to have to try to counter these jabs. He's got to do something to stop him. He can't block them. He better start countering. Go to the body, get inside, do something, because he's standing out here. He is right in McCallum territory. That's where he wants.
Jones with the jab. There's a right hand by McCallum, guarded well by Jones.
Even at this age, the reflexes are amazing on Mike McCallum. Really, at this age, he should have slowed down.
I think it's that Brooklyn air myself.
He lives well, and he is dedicated to becoming part of history. He really is. He wants to be part of boxing history, considered a great champion.
At this rate, he'll make it.
Yeah, he's on the way in my book.
As mentioned, he got the nickname the Body Snatcher from Tommy Hearns. He never actually fought Tommy Hearns or Roberto Duran, and perhaps they were smart in staying away from McCallum.
Well, it would have been beautiful matches, but McCallum's only problem in boxing has been managerial. He just couldn't get himself together. He kept getting rid of managers. That was bad on his part, but he's on track now.
Midway through round 2, scheduled for 12. It's been pretty close to this point. McCallum having a little bit of an edge.
And we should note, you and I, that he has no love handles. Oh, nice right hand.
Now he's got a big edge. McCallum with a huge right hand. Now going to the body end of the head. And here's that relentless attack that we talked about. Let's see if Jones can stay away. Blood coming from the nostrils of Jones.
Remember, we're in England. They will stop a fight here.
A left hook by Mike McCallum, followed by uppercuts. A barrage by McCallum as the crowd really gets into it.
Oh, is he a killer or what? He just picks this guy apart. He's not throwing anything useless here. Everything counts. What an attack by Mike McCallum.
A blistering attack. McCallum, like a shark, he sees the blood and goes in for it.
He hit him a hook, an uppercut, another hook from the other side. I mean, they're raining blows from all angles.
As the lights go up, less than 30 seconds remaining in round 2.
Jones looks very stunned indeed.
As we head for the bell, final second. Jones misses with a wild left. Very dangerous against a fighter like McCallum.
The right hand did the damage, no question, but before that, there was that waterfall of punches that hit him, of jabs. I mean, it's incredible, the attack, how varied, how strong he is.
Carl Jones living up to form, and he's getting himself into emergency conditions. His nickname is 911. Also, he is called the Arrow, but in that last round, he was more of the target than anything else. Round 3 scheduled for 12. Let's see how Jones responds.
Not much you can say to him in the corner. I mean, he's up against a guy that's got much faster reflexes and is a much better, superior boxer. That's all you can say. Maybe he'll get lucky. Maybe he can land something real strong and turn this around. That's the only chance he's got.
Well, from what I've seen, you got to fight McCallum from the angles. You cannot stand right in front of him. You're asking for trouble. Absolutely standing in front of McCallum. You must give him angles or try to get under and try to get inside and try to get him confused and so forth. But, boy, you stand in front of him. That's target practice. And that is exactly the case here for Mike McCallum, who comes off a very, very good round, round 2. He unleashed many, many punches, and most of them connected. And now again working the jab to the head of Carl Jones, the champion McCallum in the red trunks.
And another factor of McCallum is he's rather tireless. I mean, once you watch him fight like this, he goes like this all 12 rounds. I mean, you know, every once in a while he came in not in good shape, and he looked like he got tired around 8 or 9, but he kept right on going to 12.
And as you mentioned, he looked a bit on the flabby side in his last fight. But after watching it on television, he realized he better take some of that weight off, and he looks in tip-top condition here.
He certainly does. Age has not bothered him at all. Good right hand. Overhand right on the target.
Thumping punch by McCallum, and the crowd responds. McCallum off the unanimous decision over Australian Jeff Harding for the title in July at Bismarck, North Dakota. Midway through round 3.
A thumping body shot by each guy. I mean, when McCallum landed one, the other guy threw one just as good. So that's the first time he's been hit that hard to the body as McCallum. Jones throwing some more body stuff. That's what he's got to do. Throw that body stuff and get in close. Left and a right to the head. 2 jabs and another right. Another jab. I mean, this guy is relentless.
McCallum nailing Jones flush on the face, but fortunately for the challenger, those didn't have that much steam behind them.
Well, that's what he does so well. He pops, and all of a sudden he loads up on the right. I mean, any great fighter does that. Sugar Ray Robinson on down. That's what they do. You lull them with that little jab, and all of a sudden bombs drop.
And Mike McCallum is doing that right now, orchestrating the attack against Carl Jones. He is in complete control. Nice head movement by McCallum.
Well, if Jones has anything left on those punches, that's the only thing that can keep McCallum off right now. He's just getting a beating.
McCallum 47-2-1 with 35 knockouts. Only losses Sambo Kalambe and James Toney. His first defense of the title. Left hook by McCallum, then the combination. And Jones just stands in front and eats it. As the bell sounds to end round 3. Appreciative applause from the sophisticated crowd here in London, England.
I mean, it's an awful punch.
Seconds up, round 4.
As we close in on round 4, it has been all Mike McCallum to this point.
You know, every once in a while you watch boxing for months and months and months and maybe even a year, and then all of a sudden a thing like the Foreman fight happens, and it changes everybody's thinking. Everybody says, yeah, but only one punch can change it, you know. Yeah, but you got to land it, and you got to have the force of Foreman to land it, and you got to want to get hit like the champion did, unfortunately.
Yes, Michael Moore.
Moore, who looked like he had a T-shirt written, "Please take my title."
Well, Mike McCallum is all over Carl Jones. No T-shirt like that here in London.
No, his T-shirt says, "Give me your body, and I will hand you back ashes."
And also on the back it says Fountain of Youth. Carl Jones 22-4-4 with 12 knockouts out of Los Angeles. Comes off a TKO round 7 over a fighter named Laurie Gross, November of 1994 in Reno.
Another right hand and a left uppercut, another left uppercut. Those uppercuts are doing some damage.
And he has Jones backpedaling into the ropes and whistles one into the midsection. Mike McCallum again canvassing Jones.
One on each side, one good body shot on each side just to balance things up.
About 1:30 left in round number 4. It has been a systematic approach here to Mike McCallum just taking Jones apart.
Boy, you got to give Jones credit. He's hanging in there, and when he puts punches in, he's got a lot of power to him, but they're just not landing. That a great deal due to the defensive genius of Mike McCallum.
Jones devastated several years ago by his loss to Michael Nunn. There's a big right hand by Mike McCallum. Uppercut by McCallum, once again smothering Carl Jones. Get the punches up. The warning from Larry O'Connell.
And Mike is used to that, because when you punch to the body, that's what you get told a lot during the night. That's the first time he's been told tonight.
There's that jab once again, doubling and tripling up by McCallum, setting up the right hand, but fortunately for Jones, a glancing blow. That one connected better.
Every once in a while, you can see McCallum really step on the gas, like he's trying for the knockout. He doesn't get it. He goes back to bipping and bopping, then he comes back again and turns it on.
And as usual, we are seeing just about everything from the McCallum repertoire. Oh, a shot to the midsection, and Jones goes down.
That's never been shown any better than that, what a body shot can do. That was pure body shot. That was pure body shot, and your legs say, no more, please.
And the bell sounds. It happened with 2:50 remaining, 2:50 into the round, and only 10 seconds remaining in round number 4.
Now that was a prime example. That's body shot of the year. Cut right to the body and knocked him out. Knocked him down, I'm sorry. The legs go out for him. Everything stops below your waist. It's like the central nervous system says, we're out to lunch for a few minutes here. Let us get back together. Now let's watch this. Keep your eye on McCallum. There it is. Just the right, turning into an uppercut and lands. Actually, it looked a little low on top of it. Let's look at it from another view and let's see. Yeah, it looked a little right on belt level. You know, right at that band.
And just seconds earlier, he had been warned by the referee for low blows. There it is. You can't see it from that angle, but the previous angle, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, the first and only knockdown of the fight, provided by Mike McCallum with 10 seconds remaining in the 4th round, as Carl Jones continues to be punished. Round 5 underway.
And the other thing that's happening to the hapless Jones is his face is beginning to lump up. His eyes are beginning to close, especially the left eye is beginning to close up. And where he hurts the most, you don't see any lumps, and that's his body. You don't see the lumps. Those are inside.
Well, once again, Carl Jones in a come-from-behind situation, only this time the man in front of him is the quality Mike McCallum. He's never fought anybody like this before. Again to the midsection, almost a low blow. McCallum unleashes a hard left hook. Working the jab, hitting him with the right. Everything.
McCallum looks like he wants to finish this night. Last round, he was really trying in spurts to put him out. This time, it looks like his corner said, okay, let's get out of here. There's enough of this.
Jones may have underestimated Mike McCallum. He thought McCallum was over the hill, feeling that perhaps he couldn't put people away anymore. He might be thinking differently right now.
Is that called whistling in the dark?
Yes. Oh, what a right hand by McCallum, followed by a combination uppercut. And again, McCallum goes to work. Beautiful feinting, too, by McCallum. It looks like he's going downstairs, and then he opens up his gloves, and he goes right through the middle.
It's incredible what he does. I mean, he truly is an incredible fighting machine. He just fakes you, feints you. He goes one way, goes the other, and he throws a punch, an uppercut lands. He's just a thing of beauty right now. You're watching a master at work. That's all I can say. Open-mouthed admiration of this guy's performance.
Jones tried to answer, but you can also see the good chin on McCallum. Didn't even flinch. Beautiful jab again by McCallum. A work of art.
What you're seeing here is great work by a great champion against a great journeyman who is just not in his class.
He is just being totally outmaneuvered, outclassed. Good left hand there by Jones that sends McCallum back just a hair.
This is one way, but every once in a while you get the hope, you get the thought. Look, a nice right hand by Jones, and he throws it hard. It's not like he's not got the punch anymore.
It has been one and done, though, for Jones. He doesn't follow up with it.
Now, he seems to be so surprised when it lands.
Yes.
He's been hitting air all night long.
Then he takes a step back. Less than 30 seconds remaining in the 5th round. World Championship fight.
That's what the old cornermen say. You hit him once and you step back to look at your pretty work. Don't do that. Keep on coming.
Don't admire your work.
Keep on coming. And that's what McCallum does.
McCallum knows only one direction. That is forward. He continues to advance on the challenger, Carl Jones. Final seconds, and there's your bell. Round 5 in the books.
Jabs in a row. It's incredible that they all landed with force. And now, here comes Jones back with one good right hand. But, as you said, he stops, and he looks. And he says, hey, wasn't that pretty? And he doesn't fight anymore.
All right, Ferdy, round 6. In round 5, a very game Carl Jones kept throwing punches. Unfortunately, he was taking even more. He was knocked down late in the 4th round. A great shot to the midsection, and he went down like a thud. So now round 6. It has been all Mike McCallum. Mike McCallum in his first title defense. The WBC Light Heavyweight Championship, which he won from Aussie Jeff Harding back in July in North Dakota. It is the first ever world title shot for Carl Jones. That is a powerful left jab, not a probing left jab. That one had meaning.
And he caught him flat-footed. He caught Jones flat-footed so that it was more power to it yet. He didn't even give with it. He just got shocked back by it.
A wide left hook by Carl Jones. That's dangerous. Leaves himself open.
Look at this. Look how many times the jab lands. I mean, that's almost inhuman.
A one-sided affair. But again, we reiterate a game Carl Jones hanging tough, but taking a lot of punishment.
Now you think of guys in boxing whose jab control people. Sonny Liston almost knocked people out with a jab. Ali certainly. Louis Rodriguez certainly. Sugar Ray Robbins certainly. Larry Holmes kept the championship going on a jab. And maybe the hardest jab, Joe Louis, could kill you with this jab. So you're looking at a weapon that's really necessary if you're going to be a great champion.
Jones missing with that left. They just clunk bodies. Again, there is that jab by Mike McCallum. McCallum, who looks to be in exquisite condition.
It's just the legs are dead on Jones. Have been since the first round. He just doesn't know how to move. He stands parallel with his legs parallel, meaning that if you get hit, you really get the full power instead of being able to rock back and forth. Plus, he's got some kind of bandage on his knee. That's always depressing to see a guy with bandages on him when he comes to fight for the title. About the only chance he's got here is if Mike McCallum gets bored. And that ain't going to happen.
Now he's gone too far. They say he's closer to 40, listed at 38. Mike McCallum, less than 30 seconds remaining in round number 6, scheduled for 12. Again, Jones being backed up by the left jab, the stiff jab of Mike McCallum. McCallum's holding back the right for the moment. Continuing with the jab. There's the right, but it was blocked by the glove of Jones. Now combination to the head by McCallum, working the head.
He's hitting him like the light bag, like you hit the light bag. I mean, it looks like what Bobby Ches does to the light bag in the gym.
So round 6 is history. Let's get some comments from our New York studio. Bruce Beck and Bobby Ches. Bruce? All right, thank you very much, Bruce. It is round 7 here in the East End of London. Mike McCallum has had his way. He has knocked Jones down once. That was late in the 4th round.
And knocked him down with a body punch. If anybody is just joining us, a beautiful body punch to the midsection right at belt level. Took the legs out from under Jones, and down he went.
Every round has been controlled by Mike McCallum, who is clearly throwing a shutout. But you got to believe he is looking to put this man away once and for all. A little bit of a low blow there by McCallum, but overlooked by Larry O'Connell, who warned him a couple of rounds ago. Now he goes upstairs again. Flush on the face. Oh, a combination by McCallum. Now uppercuts, but Jones continues to stand. Another combination by McCallum to the face of Carl Jones. Hard right hand by McCallum. And now O'Connell steps in. He steps in, and it is all over.
Yeah, that's what happens in England. They have a very, very merciful system of boxing. It was evident that he was doing nothing but getting hit, and this saves the boxers for later on. Also here in England, the greatest equipment you've ever seen is right in the hallway next to me, a stretcher with full medical equipment, so we wouldn't have things that like happened in Mexico City. Much to the commendation of London and the British Boxing Council.
We remember what happened with Terry Norris and Luis Santana.
Disgraceful.
In any event, Mr. Jones was just not fighting back, not responding. And so they stopped the fight. Again, here's the punishment being inflicted by the champion, Mike McCallum.
And correctly stopped. There's no reason for this. I mean, there are people who want to see 12 rounds of this. Well, I don't. There's no way that Jones has any chance here, none whatsoever. And so therefore, it keeps him fighting again. It keeps him going on. I mean, this guy is trying to make a living for himself in boxing. He's had a tough time in life. He can come back off this and continue to fight. There's nothing wrong with his performance here. It's just that he's in above his head. It's a good journeyman against a great champion.
TKO round 7 for Mike McCallum. As we take another look at these angles he comes from everywhere.
The way he handles the uppercut, it's so surprising. You just don't think it's coming, and all of a sudden it's taking your head back. See that uppercut right there? He missed with that one, but boy, he's been hitting him with every kind of uppercut. Those right hands were gonging him. It's just no reason. No reason.
And thus, Larry O'Connell, the referee from London, England, steps in and says, Carl, you've had enough. You're just not answering back. And that was the case almost every round. There comes O'Connell waving it off. And it's another victory for Mike McCallum, who goes to 48-2-1 with 36 knockouts. And defends his WBC light heavyweight championship for the first time. Blowing kisses to the crowd in favor of McCallum as soon as his face appeared on the way to the ring earlier. They love him. And yes, whether he's 52 or 62, what's the difference? One of the most engaging and personable guys you'll ever find in the sport. And that sort of carries over that personality into the crowd. The crowd appreciates the efforts and the personality of Mike McCallum. So we're standing by to throw it over to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official time. Let's go up to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 17 seconds in round number 7. The referee in charge, Larry O'Connell, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, and still champion, Mike the Body Snatcher McCallum.
So there you have it. Mike McCallum rolls on as he goes to 48-2-1 with 36 knockouts. Mike McCallum, three-time world champion, defends his championship against Carl Jones. Another quality performance, but against Purdy, without question, a journeyman fighter. Gave all he could, but he's just not in the same class as McCallum.
And another thing, when a guy leaves the ring for 6 years, very, very seldom does he come back to any meaningful encounters, because he just left everything out there. It's going to, in the same token, it's going to be hard for Mike Tyson to come back, because he's got to get his body used to the punishment, and that takes time. So, you know, Ali did it in 3 years. Tyson can do it in 3, but 6 is too long.
All right, so Mike McCallum making the excursion from his home in Brooklyn, New York. There you see Carl Jones, who drops to 22-5-4. But a trip well worth it for Mike McCallum as he defeats Carl Jones. So there you have it here at the London Arena in London, England. We'll return to ringside in a short while with post-fight interviews. But for now, let's go back across the big pond to our control center in New York and Bruce Beck. All right, thank you very much, Bruce, and welcome back to the London Arena here in London, England, where just moments ago Mike McCallum lived up to his nickname as the Body Snatcher, retaining his WBC light heavyweight championship with a 7th-round technical knockout over a former sparring partner, Carl Jones. And right now we are set for post-fight reaction. The fight doctor, Freddie Pacheco, is alongside the champion.
This is what you call a boxing lesson. Did you think you were going to put on such an exhibition of fine boxing as you did tonight?
Well, I'm glad that people now all around the world see. First of all, I must say, Virgil, I know you're watching. Come on with it, baby. You and Bill, stop hiding behind Bill. I'm talking about the beer, and bring it on, Virgil. I know you're watching me. Next time, be sweeter. But you know something, baby? Stop hiding. Stop running all over the place. Let's fight, baby. Come on, let's get in the ring.
Let's let King get into that. Don King get into that. Let's talk boxing, you and I. Have you ever knocked down the guy with just one body shot like you did just then?
That show you I'm getting better. They say I'm an old man. I'm fighting for the senior citizens. They'll show you that age is just a number. I knocked him down with a body shot. He's never been knocked down before with a body shot. I don't think he's been knocked down before. No. With a body shot.
I never saw one body shot so cleanly knock a person down, and it was a good knockdown.
You see, he was trying to hide the body shot. That's why I started pacing with the jab. Like my man at the torch said, "How you doing, Eddie? Hope you're all right, baby." He said I should use the jab, get close to him. And I know he was trying to get to me. And after the jab started working, then he got to force his attack. And when he forced the attack, then I get to open the body shot. So it was right there for him.
That's basically exactly what the fight was like. You couldn't have said it better if you were a commentator. I wish I'd have said it that good. I want to ask you one last thing before we get over to Don King and what's going to happen to you in the future. Did you think this was properly stopped? Could it have been stopped earlier?
I was just getting ready to stop him. He was lucky. I was just getting ready. As a matter of fact, I just get warmed up. I train very hard because this is my whole man. I'm fighting for the citizens. So I make sure I work harder than usual. And now that I have a chance, the experience over the years, I know hard work pays off.
All right.
90% of the
and before we get to Don King, and let me give you a little surprise. This is Hedgeman's birthday. So I want to wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Hedge.
And for Don King, what's coming up?
Well, I think that the Body Snatchers proved himself to be an invincible champion at this age, and he's really demonstrating that age is just a number. We're going to be fighting Fabricio Tiozo.